Unite. ALL. Take that hat off, dog.
Oh man, Big Ellie.
Join me,
Okay.
bro. Join the Brainiacs. All right. Get in
Oh
here.
man,
Quit
I
trying to
love it,
hide that.
man.
Hey, tell them quit trying to hide that big ass head. We know you got a big head, LL.
He done had
But
it.
you still LL, bro. It don't matter.
He
You know
done
what I'm
had
saying?
that big head since the '80s. But yeah, man. A lot of good, interesting news coming from the FTC case showing up. We're expecting some sort of wrap up next week from what a lot of people are thinking. Like there are some interesting dates that have kind of gotten thrown around. And I forgot to mention last time, but before we get into talking about this, we're not lawyers.
Yes, we're
Just
not.
always got to throw that disclaimer out there if any information is incorrect or anything. I always suggest you guys go look this stuff up for yourself anyway, not just to
Mm-hmm.
fact check us, but just because, like I said, this stuff is just really interesting and it's going to affect the entire industry, whichever way this falls, whichever side of the fence this decision falls on. This
Mm-hmm.
is going to change the game industry for years, possibly decades to come. There's just been a lot of mudslinging going around. It's always fun to get these like peek behind the curtain emails and stuff that we've seen. A lot of the data and stuff that's gotten shared and leaked. But I guess we can just kind of pick up off of some of the bigger highlights about what's been kind of happening. So the biggest thing I kind of wanted to talk about were the first thing I wanted to talk about were these Sony redacted documents that whoever was the poor soul, and I will say this: Sony did not submit these documents redacted. I believe they submitted them for evidence, and they were supposed to be properly blanked out. But people on the internet are very good with things like Photoshop, so they were able to see the information of stuff that was hidden. And one of the biggest things that people were talking about was the cost of Horizon Forbidden West, I believe it was.
Mm-hmm.
And that game was $212 million of a budget, which I thought was just fucking insane. Excuse my language. Like, we talked a lot about it before, just the cost of development and stuff for games going up, and how studios, just not even just like studios like Sony, but a lot of other first party or developers and stuff have been trying to cope with that and trying to offset the price of this stuff, which is just insane. I mean, there were even, I think I'm looking at it right now, there's 300 full-time employees. The game costs $212 million to develop, which is just, my gosh. And that was over a total, like over 5 years. Even if you divide that, that's still tens of millions of dollars. And I just thought that was kind of insane, man. And we even got the price, forgive me, I'm just looking through it really quick, glancing through. We even got the cost of Last of Us 2, which was around $220 million, which is just, I can't even think, like, that's such a massive amount of money. And I
Yeah.
really just kind of wanted to ask, were you kind of surprised by the cost of this stuff? Like, and the fact that it got leaked, like, what did you kind of think about, like, this
These
particular?
leaks are insane, man.
I think it
Oh my
honestly, I think it
God.
was real leaks. Like, I think somebody just effed up pretty bad. But yeah, what did you kind of think about this stuff, man? Like the cost of these games, because we've talked about it before, but
Because it
we
seems
actually
like
have hard numbers now. Some of the biggest games that have come out over the last couple of years.
my thing is this, and don't mind me. I'm sending out notifications and get people up in here. You feel me? I should have been done this, but this is the last one here. Then I'm gonna get right into your question. There we go. I'm sending out those notifications. Get up in here. Um, my thing is this, man. We've always wanted to see behind the curtains on a lot of these things, right? And what's